Hi, we are live. It is Monday. Monday is our business chat day. Today, our topic is motherhood and entrepreneurship. So, if you're a mom and you're also an entrepreneur, whether it's your full time job or you do it part time, I would love for you to be a part of this conversation. Being a mom and being an entrepreneur can be hard, it can be challenging, but it could also be so good. So let's talk about this a little bit. There's a way to actually be a great mom and a great business owner and do it all. It is possible. So I want to kind of rewind back to 6 years ago because it was just about 6 years ago that I started my business with Rodan and Fields. And 6 years ago, my life looked a little bit different than it did now, or than it does now. So now my girls are 13, 11, and 9. So 6 years ago, my youngest was 3. We were looking at 3, 5, and 7. So as I'm sure you can imagine, we're very busy now, but in a much different way than we were 6 years ago. So I remember way back when I started my business, here's what I was doing. And I'm going to tell you this because it sort of worked, but it didn't work super well for me. I was doing this thing where I was trying to work my business in 15-minute chunks during the day, in the nooks and crannies of my day. And you might hear that expression a lot. There's so many opportunities out there for us as moms, like things we can do to make some extra money all from home. I'm sure you hear it a lot on this app alone. But here's what started to happen to me. Every time I had a spare moment, a spare 15 minutes, I was grabbing my phone and I was trying to work. And I was having success. Like I was doing really well. I was making money that I didn't have before. So it was exciting and almost like addicting in some sort of way. But here's the thing. I felt like this very distracted mom. I felt like I was doing things with my kid, but then yet I was thinking about how I should be grabbing that extra 15 minutes to be working instead. So I've worked really hard to make a huge shift in my business and to not do that anymore. And I feel like it took me a good 3 years maybe into business. About like at the 3 year mark, I was like, all right, I got to figure out a different way to do this now. So what I do now, and this is what I always recommend, and I recommend this to you if you're a mom and you're a business owner, or even if you're thinking about Rodan and Fields and joining our team at Rodan and Fields and becoming a consultant and doing this with us, I would love to welcome you to our team. But here's how I train now. You need to set aside a chunk of your day to work your business, no matter what your business is. And then if it's not your working hours, you need to put that away. Your business needs to be put away. You shouldn't be working on it when it's not your working hours. And that takes discipline, but I will tell you that it's very possible to do it. So I always say, a lot of people are like, how do you do this? Like, how much time do you really need to put into an online business to actually start making some money? I mean, if you want to do it in 15 minutes here and there, maybe 4 times a day, you certainly can. But in my experience, that makes it feels like you always have to be working every time you get a spare moment. For me, I have found much more success in taking that 15-minute and like timesing it by 4. So 15 times 4 is 60 minutes, and that gives you a full hour. What I always recommend, and if you're struggling with this, and that like feeling of like being burnt out and very like you're this distracted mom entrepreneur, here's what I would suggest for you too. And this is how I train my team as well, because this is the much better way to do it in my opinion. You're going to find a 60-minute chunk in your day that you can work your business. Hey Kim, what are you up to today? Maybe I would love for you to be a part of this conversation. So I'm talking about motherhood and being an entrepreneur. What's hard about it? What's great about it? So I would love to hear your thoughts too. So anyway, instead, you're going to take this 60-minute chunk of time. Oh, wait, Kim's going to talk to me. Hold on. She's sending me a request. I'm adding you. Let's see if this works. We might have to redo it. Oh, wait, there you are.
Hey,
Hey.
wait, I gotta put my I'm putting you in my camera stand
Yeah,
because
I'm adjusting as well. I don't know if you
Hold
were
on, because this is
what I'm talking about today, but I'm glad you happened to pop on. So this is like totally kind of impromptu. I always like to talk business on Mondays. We're talking about motherhood and being an entrepreneur. What's great about it, what's hard about it, what
yes.
I have found has worked over the years. So you're clearly the ultimate mompreneur.
Well, and if you don't mind, I'm going to finish my skincare routine as I'm doing this
No.
because as a mompreneur, I multitask, and that's so I'm going to talk to you while I get ready in the morning. Is that
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, that's totally fine. So I was just sharing how, and I want to hear how you work your business as well. So this is my friend Kim. She's a consultant with Rodan and Fields as well.
Hi.
So, but I'm sure she works her business much differently than I do. So I was just saying, Kim, that when I started my business almost 6 years ago,
Yeah.
I I feel like, when you start and you're new, it's almost like it's addicting. It's exciting, especially when you're doing well with it. And I found myself trying to work my business in these like 15-minute nooks and crannies of my day. And every time I had a spare moment, I was grabbing my phone to work my business. I was this super distracted mom that was never in the moment with my kids. But I was just saying that you can do that, but it's never ever what I recommend anymore. And here's what I do now. And I would love to hear how you work your business. So what I do is I take an hour, sometimes 2 hours if my kids are at school. It just depends how much time I have. But I always say if you're a new consultant, you need an hour. I like an hour chunk rather than 15 here, 15 there, 15 here, 15 there. It all works out the same. But I find that when you have an hour, you can really sit down and focus on connecting with other people. And this is what I do during that hour: following up with people, checking in on my team, and last but not least, social media, getting on there, talking with people, connecting, and of course, just sharing what's going on in my life, recommending things, talking about Rodan and Fields here and there. And I find that doing it in an hour, and I do it like 5 times a week, you can totally start growing a successful business and making money that way. And that is how I train my team now. But Kim, how do you work your business? Does it look like that for you too? Do you use the nooks and crannies approach? I feel like I'm totally anti nooks and crannies now. But like if you were new and you're training someone new on your team, because I feel like most people out there who are listening to this, like they're new. So how we work our business now is not as relatable to them. So how would you train someone that's brand new?
Yeah, so I think one of the things that I love about this business, and I know we always say I'm a work at home mom,
Do you see
work
that
from
thumbs up
home.
that just popped up? Did you see that?
No. Oh,
Oh
someone
my
give
gosh.
us. Well,
Wait, so there's this new thing on Instagram that if you, let's see if it works again. Ready? Watch. Did you see that?
it worked. Ah! All right, guys, give us thumbs up, please, as you're watching,
But this
because
is
I
so
think that's really
funny
cool.
because it keeps happening to me accidentally. I was in my stories the other day and I talk with my hands a lot. And every time I kind of sort of do this and don't mean it, see, there it is again.
You're doing it, or someone else is doing it? You're
If
doing
you
that?
give me a thumbs up right now and watch what happens on your
Someone?
screen,
Who,
you
me?
like go
Oh,
like this. Yeah,
like
see if
that?
it happens for
Oh,
you too.
that is the
Did it
coolest
work
thing
on your
ever.
end?
Yes, it did. All
Anyway,
right, that's really cool.
so
Don't
what do
want
you
me
do?
to.
How do you train your team? Like someone's new out there, they're listening to us and they're like, how do these moms really do this?
Right.
What do you do?
Yeah. So, I just love, I do love the flexibility. I wanted this business because I didn't want to have to sit behind a desk
Mm-hmm.
and have to work a
Right.
business. And the reason why I love this, so, because I could have gone back to recruiting. I was in pharmaceutical sales, but what I liked about this business is you could pretty much help anybody you talk to
Mm-hmm.
throughout the
Mm-hmm.
day. So what I like to do is, whenever you're having a conversation, yes, I agree with you that you don't want to be attached to your phone, and I am guilty of that
Yep.
also, but it's only because I love this so much and I just love helping people
It's
so much that
hard
I.
not to be, right?
Right. And to me it's not work. It's so
Mm-hmm.
rewarding when you help give somebody confidence back. So I like to be available, and to me I'm just providing that extra customer
Mm-hmm.
service that they might not be getting somewhere else. But yeah, you can go down a rabbit hole. But I do think you have to make some time a priority throughout your day. However that works for
Mm-hmm.
you. It could just be when you're sitting in your car. Okay, I know every day I sit on the pickup line for 30 minutes waiting for my child. I'm going to use that time to
Mm-hmm.
work my business on my phone. Or I have between 11 and 1 at home where I really can focus. So
Mm-hmm.
it really depends on your
Mhm.
lifestyle, what works best for you. But that's the beauty of this. Nobody's going to tell you how to work your business. You have
Mhm.
to just do this how it works for you. For me, it's wherever I
Mhm.
am. I just like to talk to people. And sometimes the conversation comes up as like, well, obviously, we're a product of the products. I might get a comment that says, your hair looks amazing. What do you use? And it kind of just starts the conversation of me. Now, I've been doing this for 5.5 years,
Mhm.
right behind you. And I started to because I was looking for skincare first, but I also wanted a business
Mhm.
opportunity because I really didn't want to go back to recruiting because it would limit me with the type of person I can talk to. It used to be IT. So I literally would have to sit behind a desk and be on the phone all day long trying to find people with an IT background,
Mhm.
right? So I would not be able to do this wherever I am on the
Mhm.
fly. This I can. And that's what I love about it. So it is a matter of talking to somebody like our team, like you said, what's going to work best for you? Tell me about your day, your
Mhm.
daily schedule, and let's figure out a time that will work for you.
Yep.
And that's why I think it's so fun. And it could be 15 minutes a day, but here's the thing. You have to talk about your business to have a business
Mhm.
because otherwise no one's going to know what you can do. And what I try to do is I try to educate somebody on what's best for their skin. Like right now, I'm using a serum. Why would this be good for your skin? This targets all key signs of aging. So it's more of trying to tell somebody, what is your problem? Let me find the solution for you. And I did that in recruiting,
Mhm.
honestly. It's like, tell me your dream job. Give me a list of everything you're looking for in your next move in order for you to make a move. And I'm going to try to find that for you and putting
Mhm.
people together. And that's what this business is. It's finding your solution to your
Mhm.
problem and putting those together. So to me, this isn't just about skincare, hair care. It's solving a problem for someone. And if you approach it that way in our business, I think that's what would make you very successful.
Mhm.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, no, 100%. And I love that you said it's like, well, what are you looking for? Like, if you're looking to make some extra money, we can help you with that.
Right.
If you're looking for something for your sun damage, for your teenager's acne, whatever it may be, I can go on and on about that.
Right.
We can help you with that. Or even you mentioned hair care. We have solutions for that as well. But yeah, and I agree with you in that, like, I think it's so important to go back to like when you work your business that yes, you have to make the time. Like, that's the key. You have to be like, okay, I'm going to be sitting in my car. Like you said, like, this is me every single day of my life during the school week.
Right.
I'm going to be sitting here for 30 minutes. So what can I do with those 30 minutes? I could actually try to work my business and potentially make some money, or I can just sit in my car and mindlessly scroll social media and just pass the time away.
Right.
But you have to like think about your day. I train the same way. It's like, all right, because in the beginning it can be overwhelming. You're never going to get that 25th hour in your day. It's just not going to happen. Something has to come out to put this in. But if you really look at your time and how you're using it, you have the time. If I have the time and Kim has the time and
Yeah.
you're a busy mom like us, we're all busy. Everybody is busy. We hear that a lot. Oh, I'm too busy. You must think I'm not busy, right? I'm busy too. We're all busy, but the difference is we find the time and we make the time. And I do a lot of that too. It's like, let's sit down. Let's look at your schedule.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing from 9 to 10 p.m. every night? Oh, I'm watching TV. Okay, well, maybe that could be when you might want to work your business. Or maybe a lot of teachers I know do this on their lunch break. I mean,
Yes.
that's an option too. It just, if you're willing to do that and you're looking for something more, a way to make some more money at your fingertips, you can certainly do it.
And honestly, most of the consultants on my team are doing this alongside a full-time
Mhm.
job. Like, this is not to say, oh, you have to replace your full-time job.
Right.
No, this is, multiple streams of income these days are just a necessity. I
Yeah.
feel like everyone's looking for a different way to make some extra money. Why not?
Mhm.
Flexibility is one of the most important things,
Mhm.
right? So something you can actually do from your phone. I spend the summers at the beach. And the
Mhm.
one thing I love too about having a business like this is I can utilize my time while I'm watching my kids surf
Mhm.
and be on my phone. And that's where I do a lot of my
Mhm.
promotions or, I do a lot of demos, videos for people to educate them. But that's how I utilize my time. So you really just have to, find what works best for you, but you do have to show up. Like, that's the thing.
Yes.
This is a
Mhm.
type of business that if you show up, I like opportunities like this. It was like recruiting because the more you put into it, the more you get out of it,
Mhm.
right? So if you, whether it is with social media or if you do events to reach out to more people and just, you have to be a presence, but that's in anything. It's like real estate. You know, I have some friends that are awesome realtors, and what do? Like they're constantly going on social media. They're
Mhm.
doing walkthroughs of their houses. They're like, it's the same thing. Any type of affiliate marketing, you know, you have to show up. So anyway,
Yep.
and right now I'm
No.
sewing up while put my makeup on.
Yeah. The
So
queen of
this is good timing,
multitasking.
right? Oh my
Yeah,
God,
and think
multitasking.
I think that's the most important thing is you have to show up. And I'm glad that you said that because Kim and I both do this full time. Like this is our full-time job. And you know, we get a lot of, and I'm sure you get this too, Kim. I could never do what you do. Like it doesn't have to look like that for you though. You
Right.
need to do what works for you. I don't want you to do it just like I'm doing it. You need to do it the way that is best for you and for your family. And I think that a lot of times multi-level marketing, any sort of network marketing company, there's this stereotype where it has to be the stay-at-home mom that does this. No, that's why I'm so glad you
Yeah.
said most people on your team actually have a full-time job alongside
Yeah,
of this. Like, and that's
they're
most consultants
teachers.
don't do this full time.
Let me tell you their backgrounds too.
Mm-hmm.
Teachers, a legal recruiter who she used to be a lawyer. She's now a legal
Mm-hmm.
recruiter and she loved the skincare. She became a consultant the same day like me. There is a realtor.
Mm-hmm.
There are people in property management. I'm just trying to think all about a physical therapist, somebody in office management, sales recruitment. Like they do
Yep.
everything. And one of the main reasons they join is most of them started on the products first, fell in love, and start sharing with people.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, we sell, but we sell solutions, not necessarily bottles of things, which is another thing that I love. It really solves a problem. And then they started their own business on the side and they work it however it works for them. And again, it's just another way of, instead of having to be an Uber driver, or you have your own schedule. What I like this is we literally have our own
Mm-hmm.
schedule. We're not working on someone else's
Yep.
time. And that was so important to
Yep.
me. So, and now I'd like to start a podcast too. I'm thinking about that. I just posted, I'm like, hey, Stanley Tucci, would you be on my podcast if I started one?
There's
How
so
fun would that be?
much you can do though. That's like the cool thing about this. And I bet you would have never thought, like
No,
when you started this almost 6 years ago, like one day I might have a podcast. And
no.
now you're like, oh my gosh, like the possibilities are truly like endless with this. Now, one more thing I want to talk about before you go.
Yeah,
So, what are your thoughts on this $24 to get started this month? I mean, we've been doing this about the same amount of time. I know when I started, it was $695 for
me
me.
too.
I got a ton of products for that $695,
Yeah.
but it was a scary investment. Like, and I'm not like the big ticket spender. That's my husband, if anything, it's not me. So talk about like a scary investment. I had my investment back, like my story goes, in 2 months, but I worked my tail off to have my investment back in 2 months. $24.
Yeah.
I mean,
$24, and you don't have to make a purchase yourself
right.
yet. Like, meaning that is really just to launch your business. You get your website, you get 70
Mm-hmm.
samples, which is insane. And we use samples too to share with people. You get a solution tool, which what we use is, I know we both have
Mm-hmm.
that in our bios, in our link in our bios, that it's a quiz the doctors developed.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have to be dermatologists. We don't have to go to school for this. There's no other investment you need to make.
Mm-hmm.
And that quiz will help assess a customized routine for both skin and hair for any customer that wants to purchase these products. So it takes all of the guesswork out of it, and we are just the conduits to helping people do that. So that's why it's just such a no-brainer to me. And you have no risk because you have 60 days to try the business
Yeah.
and the products. For $24, seriously, you can't even go to Starbucks anymore
Yeah.
and get, two of your favorite drinks plus a muffin for that amount. I mean, it's really insane. And like you said too, but the model has changed
One
so much.
second.
They try to make it. Oh, sure,
No,
sorry.
it's okay.
They try to make it so affordable for people, and the fast start bonuses that we have to get people. And right now, as I'm putting my mascara on, you can earn a free lash boost and active hydration bright eye complex if you become a consultant this month and hit 2 milestones. Like, it's not that it's not that difficult to do with the right training, but there's only 3 days left in January, so you have to do it now. But anyway, I don't know. I love this business so much. I love helping people. It is, like I said, it's just, how could it not be fun to help people feel good about themselves? I mean, not myself. I'm 52. For those of you that don't know me, my skin looked awful before starting these products. And now people are like, how old are you? What? My skin has never looked better. So I'm a product of the product. My son uses our teen acne line. My husband uses our Soothe regimen over there. It is truly a family business. So think about that. Great for mother-daughter teams. I want my son to sell us in college when he goes in 2 years because he could do that. Because he's so into his skincare
Mm-hmm.
that he shares with his friends. I mean,
Awesome.
I love the
That's
opportunity.
awesome.
Anyway,
No, I agree with everything that you just said. And like the Starbucks analogy is perfect. I've been saying that all week. It's like, even for my family to go, because my kids love to go too, it's like $25 just to go to Starbucks. So
hi
it's
Miriam.
$24 worth. Yeah, there's a lot of people I want to
Miriam's on there.
is there
Miriam is our top team
$24?
leader. We're on
Yes.
Miriam's team.
$24
Yes.
to take a chance on yourself. Like, you're not going to get a return on your investment at Starbucks. I mean, you might feel good temporarily. You might be less tired. It tastes super delicious, but then that's it. You drank it and it's done. So let's just see if there was any questions. Hey, Christine, Carrie. Hey, Carrie.
Yeah, who's on?
Hey, Heather.
This
Yeah, hey, Miriam. And
was fun.
yeah, this was awesome. So as always, if you have questions for either of us, whomever you may know, whether it's Kim or me, please do not hesitate to reach out. But if you're truly thinking about getting started, let's have a conversation before the 31st, because it's usually $75 to start, which is very reasonable. But $24, I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. What are you waiting for?
Right.
Let's go.
Let's do it. And then you'll get the best skin and hair of your life too. It's
Yep.
like,
Totally.
I'd rather buy from me than
Yep.
Amazon. Just saying.
Totally. Yep. 100%. All right. Well, have a great, your makeup looks great. Have a great rest of your day.
You
All right.
too.
I'll talk to you later. Thanks for joining.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.